They say third time's a charm, right? So look at this, it's the third time. Let's go. I really do want this one to be shorter because they've been taking forever to edit, so I'm just gonna jump right into it. Cue the title card, crunk. Wrong title card. I am a funny man. Welcome back to the Toon Chat podcast. I am your host as always, Coleslaw. And when you think of something that is the best, what do you think of? Other than me, of course. But I think of, I don't know, like Tom Brady, maybe. He's like the best at the football sports. And then you got like Shamrock Shakes. Probably the best drink to ever be invented. It's also March, so I feel like I have to say that. But when it comes to the best cartoon, I don't even think it's up to debate. And that's what this month is all about. So cue that title of this month's thing. There it is. The best at its best. You may be thinking, yeah, what does that even mean? Well, the best cartoon to ever exist is, without a single doubt in my mind, Avatar: The Last Airbender. But it may be heavily debated what part of that show is the best. But I think where that show is at its best is season 1 finale. And I'm going to dive into just exactly why that is. So let's get started with my reasons. Now, this entire show is, of course, absolutely flawless. Like, it's literally a perfect cartoon. But the season 1 finale, which is Siege of the North, part 1 and part 2, it sticks out to me as being the absolute best part of this fantastic show. And reason 1 is simply just titled The Battle. What happens? And the entire battle scene is just absolutely gorgeous, first off. The art and animation that this show pumped out is like super duper good for this 2-part finale. And this show aired back in 2005. I was 1 year old when this show came out, which is just bonkers because, like, how did they get art and animation this good that long ago? I know it's not that long ago, but it's really long ago to me. It's just super duper impressive. But what makes the whole battle sequence so great is just the characters and how they fit into the scenes, because each and every character is unique and has their part to play in this 2-part epic between the battle of fire and water. It's just everything is drawn up and scripted so well that it leaves you in a state of awe at the end of it. Just take a look at this beautiful scene right here. Just like, this is just like a random moment. I don't know, probably just like some fighting happening, but like it is just absolutely gorgeous. Like just random frame, and you just gotta really appreciate what this show was able to do. Now, some people may forget just how much depth and story building was in these just 2 episodes alone, because we learned so much about like the spirits. Like, this is our first good look at the spirits, and like we get a good look at the entire world of Avatar: Last Airbender, like the setting of everything. Like, there's so much squished into this finale, but it's all fantastic. So that first reason was sort of just like, it is what it is, like the plot. But this next reason is solely just Katara's character and her waterbending, because this was like her first big like spotlight, because she got like her first big obstacle, and she had like lots of great scenes with her and Zuko, which her and Zuko could have like a whole spin-off show. They're so great dynamically, but she got a lot of great scenes in this 2-part finale. Katara also has really great scenes with the Northern Water Tribe waterbending master, because his story with Katara's grandmother and how that related to him teaching her bending, it's hard to describe, but it's really, really well done. It's really intriguing to watch, and it just leaves you wanting more. I also think it's like perfect how you got episode 1, like the first scene, you got Sokka making a sexist joke, and now this entire thing is about Katara not being able to learn the bending because she's a girl. So it's kind of all connects in like a weird way. It's beautiful. And then to point number 3, you got on the entire other side of things with Zuko and Iroh, as they're starting to get chugging along in the story. Because you got Zuko with the whole debacle as he's trying to kidnap the Avatar the whole time, but his story, when he gets like trapped in the snow, his character instantly gets more interesting, like just like that. And of course, Iroh is always a legend. He's literally the best character of all time, no cap. Wait, what? Why did I just say that? So yeah, back to with Zuko with like the snowy cave where you had to kidnap Aang. That whole like interaction with Aang in the spirit world, and then Katara comes and beats the crap out of Zuko, gets Aang back. It's just like this whole back and forth of kidnapping and chasing and everything. It's so much fun just to go through because like this whole journey through the entire 3 seasons, and this is a part in the 3 seasons where it just gets super intense and fun. The biggest thing for Zuko and Iroh here is though they're now fugitives because they disobeyed the Fire Nation orders. So now they're cast away and they have to go run away from the Fire Nation, but they're still trying to capture the Avatar. It's like a whole thing that they're going through. But the biggest part is it introduces Azula, Zuko's sister, who just adds so much to the story, and she is like the best villain, I think, of the entire franchise. And then you got number 4, my personal favorite part of the finale of season 1 is with Yue and the Moon Spirit. Like all that other stuff was great, but then you just got this part on top of it, which is my favorite. You got the princess of the Wara tribe who sacrifices her life, and it is just one of the most beautiful scenes of all time. I love it. Just Google the Princess Yue sacrifice fish moon scene. Those words will do it probably. But her sacrifice is truly the best sacrifice that this show has. Her character, which definitely, I love her character, but then she's gone, so it's kind of sad. But it's just like really fantastically written, and it's one of the most heartfelt and touching moments of the entire show, especially with her and Sokka, as Sokka's girlfriend turns into the moon. It's really rough, but it just makes for such a great character, and I hope she comes back in one way, shape, and form in the future. And then you got number 5, which is touching more on the spirit realm, which I mentioned a little bit, but then you got, to be exact, the Face Stealer and Koizilla, which I almost forgot you were even part of this because I got distracted by all that great stuff previously. Because we are given like one of the most infamously creepy, just like nightmare fuel characters of all time with Ko, the Face Stealer. Like, just look at this lad. Oh my goodness, that is just beyond no. What? But really, this is just like a huge introduction into the role that spirits and the spirit world play into the Avatar universe, because it is a huge role. Because you look at Legend of Korra, there's an entire season called Spirits, and this is like the first really good look that we get at the spirit world, which is super interesting if done right. Oh, and on top of all this, we get a giant kaiju fight, which are sometimes good, sometimes iffy. And in this case, it's actually really, really good because the story sets it up really nice, and the action sequences that follow in like the North Pole, they're just really fun to watch. And that Koizilla person, he provides like the first big antagonist death with Emperor Zhao, and that's like, that really moves things along because that's a huge moment in the story. And to top things all off, you got the number 6 reason, which is a little bit of an interesting one, is that all of this fantastic stuff I mentioned earlier is captured in Catherine Lynn Rose's Balance. Catherine Lynn Rose, known for her Avatar: The Last Musical, wrote this original song which puts the entire plot of those 2 episodes into this gorgeous piece. It's like a musical number. It's like as if Avatar: Last Airbender was a musical, and it is all my hopes and dreams into one thing, and it is just absolutely fantastic. The voice acting is unreal, and the story that's shoved into the song is super good. And I think I can say this with almost confidence, if Avatar: The Last Airbender had as much music as, say, something Steven Universe-y, then it would be better than Steven Universe. That's how good the story is, but Steven Universe has so many great songs in it, it can't top it. But if Avatar: The Last Airbender had more music, then it would battle Steven Universe for that top spot for me. If only this show had Rebecca Sugar. But at least we do get this look from KLR to see just how beautiful music could be if it was in Avatar, and that we need Avatar on the theater stage because this is just fantastic. Lin-Manuel, get on this, because this is like revolutionary stuff. So if there's 6 reasons were enough to convince you that the season 1 finale, Siege of the North, isn't the best part of this fantastic show, then I don't know. Sorry. Now I'm just excited for what Avatar Studios, which will be out on Paramount Plus eventually, has to offer. Because if it's more of stuff like the original show, especially with that season 1 finale that I talked about, then sign me up. I'm getting me some Paramount Plus, just another streaming service to add to the mix. But that is all I have to talk about that show. Now I'm going to talk about everyone's favorite segment, what the heck happened last month. And last month we had Netflix cranking out more seasons of some of their cartoons, because we had Disenchantment Season 4 and Kid Cosmic Season 3. I would consider these two to be more of Netflix like average shows, but let's start with Disenchantment and see what that one had to offer with its new season. So we got this like fantasy Simpsons show, of course, and which means the humor is going to be sometimes good, sometimes it's like super cringe, but sometimes it is pretty funny. But I'm just going to say right off the bat that Bean's mom, who's still in this season, should just leave. Because she had her chance to be that good antagonist and she dropped the ball. So I think she should just go away because she's not providing any more satisfying content for us. On the other side, we got Bean's father, King Zog, who was just the absolute worst. He's so obnoxious. Not as much as he was in season 3, but he's still pretty annoying. I don't think that his character needs to be featured as much if they get a season 5, because his character just, it doesn't make you want to watch it. Just like leaves you like sleeping, because it's just so boring, and you just want the next scene to happen as quickly as possible to where we cut to like the trio or main characters. Now I'm talking down the show a lot, but there are 2 redeeming factors that this season does have going for it, and that is the new antagonist of Evil Bean, as well as Bean's mermaid girlfriend. And Evil Bean is a huge welcome addition for sure, as she is finally an antagonist for the show that actually feels threatening, is actually like well written, has some good dialogue conversations with other characters. So yeah, keep Evil Bean in season 5 if that happens, but without a doubt, the best by far part of the show is the mermaid love interest, whose name is Mora. She's only given like 2 scenes that are like 15 seconds long, which is just infuriates me, but she is the best part of the entire show, no doubt about it. Even with the minimal scenes we get, she is better than like anything in those 3 seasons before included. She is just better than all those combined. And in order for this show to really step up and improve, if it does get a season 5, is to have Mora in the show with more lines, talking with Bean and having their relationship grow. I will be on the lookout for this new season only if it has that, because we need that for this show to like be on my radar. Maybe I should start the hashtag give us more Mora. Mora. I'll figure it out. And then on the flip side, you got Kid Cosmic Season 3. And I'm just gonna immediately rip on this like I did the other one, just to be fair. And I think the one critique I have on this show is it's probably just like too childish. And I know like I'm watching cartoons, so childish automatically, but I mean, if you watch this, it's kind of like if you took everyone from Avengers Infinity War, took all the greatness of that movie, and like made all the characters like these dumb toddlers. Like, I'm not even joking. This new season does, I think, improve slightly in terms of like the characters, but he's not really present for a good bit of the season, so that instantly makes it better. But making a season better by getting rid of someone is that's not the way to do it. You gotta introduce more good people, not get rid of people who are just obnoxious. That being said, though, it is very nice to see him not in this as much. The antagonist of season 1 with like the biker dude was far better than that dingus. So yeah, get rid of him and the show would improve, believe it or not. You should have aimed for the trash can. No, I'm getting rid of that line. The praise I do have for the show is that it continues to nail like the comic book feel and nature of it all. It's like a really fun style that this show pumps out. You got like the old school comics. Like, I wasn't like a part of that, but it's still really fun to experience and look at. this show was developing Papa G's character really well, but I feel like they couldn't really commit with what they were doing with this character, because they kind of like faked out his death at the end, which was lame, because they could have done a whole lot with that character, but they kind of just like they were given to us and then they pulled back. Like, you can't really pull back when it comes to if you want a really good story-driven show. So while it was a joy to watch both of these new seasons, I think these both are just more of Netflix average animated originals, especially if you compare them to some of their other originals like Arcane, She-Ra, and Dragon Prince. They're not even in the same league as those three. But it was definitely a fun month of cartoons. And with that all being said, I think that's all I got for you guys today. So until next time, I will see you later. See ya!